It's so frustrating when you feel like you're putting in so much effort, but you're not seeing the results. Like at that point, you feel like quitting. And sometimes quitting is the best option. But before you do, you better think carefully. Because if you quit and you think that was the wrong decision, you have to start again. And starting again is like starting. You have to build up all that momentum again, but this time you're carrying the extra weight of regret. So if you're not seeing results and you feel like quitting, before you do, take a step back, relax, clear your head, and follow this 3-step process. Have you allowed yourself enough time to see results? Whenever we start something, we underestimate how long it's going to actually take. And when you get started, the realization hits. And at that point, people forget about their goals and go back to pursuing instant gratification. Take fat loss for example. Someone who's new to fitness might think they can lose 20 kilos in 3 months. And after the first month, they only lose 2. Keep in mind, that's a good start. That's good progress. But in their head, they're not on track. So they don't feel accomplished. And because of that, they don't get the dopamine spike that they were expecting. The reward center in their brain didn't fire. They feel disappointed about their progress instead of feeling happy. And at the same time, they're still craving that dopamine response, that feel good from all the effort they put in. So now what starts to look good? That donut in the fridge. Every decision has an opportunity cost. You can either get X or Y and you can't get both. In this case, X and Y is instant gratification versus long-term success. Just remember, you started with the courage to pursue long-term success. You knew it wasn't going to be easy. But just because it's going to take longer than you thought, doesn't mean you should give up. Now let's say you've been patient and time isn't the issue. The question to ask yourself then is, am I putting in enough effort? We want to put little in and get a lot out. That's just how we're wired. We want to conserve energy. Like, think about it in the past. Say you spent 2 hours tracking and hunting down a deer. You've wasted so much energy, and that energy could have been used to fuel you. Instead, if you used a trap to kill the deer, you've expended little energy, but you've gained calories all the same. And that's going to ensure your survival for a little longer. But sometimes we only feel like we're putting a lot in, and in reality we're not. Let's carry on with the fitness example. Let's say you're going to the gym 4 days a week for 2 hours. That sounds like a lot. But realistically, when you're there, you're spending more time talking or scrolling on your phone. There's this guy at my gym who, in between sets, watches a TV show. So he does his set, then he lies down, literally lies down on the floor, and sits there watching a TV show for 10 minutes in between sets. Like, what are you there to do? Are you there to work out or to chill? Or maybe you are actually there training, but the sets that you do are half-assed. You're just going through the motions. You're not training with any intensity at all. So you have to be honest with yourself. Are you putting in everything you can? Or is there more you can do? Putting in that little bit more effort. You're already there. You're already in the gym. You're already there training. Just pushing yourself a little bit further can make all the difference. So before you quit, try harder. So let's say you've been trying, and you've been trying for a while, but you're still not seeing results. The question to ask yourself then is, are you holding yourself back? Because sometimes we think we're doing everything right, but we're not. And in this case, it's not something that we're not doing, it's something that we are doing that we shouldn't be. So in that fat loss example, it's obvious. Let's say you've corrected yourself. You've been going to the gym 4 times per week for 2 hours, and you're training with intensity, but you're still not losing weight. That's when you have to zoom out. Because maybe you're doing everything right in the gym, but outside of the gym, it's a different story. Like, you can train as hard as you want, but if you're eating processed and calorie-rich foods outside of the gym, you're not going to lose weight. You're going to be going over your calories. You're not going to be in a calorie deficit. And I used to be like that as well, at the start of my journey. I'd be in the gym training 6 days a week, doing push-pull legs for 2 hours, with loads of volume, high intensity. But then every weekend, I'll get a takeaway. Yeah, I gained muscle mass, I got stronger, but that wasn't my goal. My goal was to lose weight. Instead, I was either maintaining or gaining weight. And it took me a while, but that's when I realized, when you set a goal, you have to be all in. If you want to succeed, you can't just dip your toes in the water, you have to jump all in. The key thing to remember is divided focused means divided results. Now let's say you've been trying, You've not been self-destructive and you've given yourself enough time, so why haven't you seen any results? And in that case, maybe it's your approach. Maybe the plan that you've been following isn't suited for you or isn't designed well. So if this goal is something you really value, don't give up, but pivot. Like continuing on with the fat loss example, let's say you're not losing weight. It might be a simple fix like your calories aren't low enough. Or maybe you've been losing weight, you're still trying hard, but you've hit a plateau. So right now, the best thing for you to do is bring your calories back up to maintenance. Stay at that level for a while, which will bring your metabolism back up. And then you can carry on with your weight loss journey. So the point is you can head in the same direction. You can even get to the same destination, but just by following a different path. Like I don't know if you know, but I like hiking. And when you go on a hike, there's so many different trails to choose and they all go to the same point. Some are designed for experienced hikers, some are designed for beginners. But the point I'm trying to make is, there's more than one path to the top of a mountain. Just because this one isn't working out for you anymore, doesn't mean you can't switch paths and still carry on going. You've come this far, so why throw all your efforts away? All it might take is a moment to stop, reflect, reassess, before carrying on a path that works better for you.